Hey bakers! Learn how to use Russian piping tips to create this beautiful flower bouquet. Welcome to our page, where we're going to learn, shop, and decorate together at Fran's Cake and Candy Supplies. Hit the subscribe button to follow. What you'll need: make sure you're using unsalted butter. Any set of Russian piping tips will work, and we'll also be using piping tip number 69 for our leaves. Now let's get started with the buttercream. We'll start by softening 2 bars of cool, room temperature butter. This will give us enough buttercream to decorate 9 to 10 cupcakes. Once the butter has softened, I'll add the salt and powdered sugar, starting with half and letting it mix in well before using the second half. Don't forget to scrape down the bowl as you work. Once everything is mixed in well, I'll add 2 tablespoons of heavy cream to give us a smooth buttercream. I usually add 3 to my buttercream recipe, but you want a bit of a sturdier buttercream for piping flowers. You'll mix this for about 2 minutes before adding a teaspoon of vanilla and mixing until fully incorporated. You'll then want to separate your buttercream into 3 bowls. Set a small scoop aside of buttercream for your green leaves. You'll only need a small amount. I like starting with 1 drop of Americolor soft gel food coloring. It doesn't take much to reach the color that you want. I recommend making your buttercream colors hours in advance. This allows the colors enough time to deepen and brighten up. Red can be a bit tricky to accomplish. I usually start with a coral red and wait a few hours before adding more if needed. You can also add a drop of electric pink to make a brighter red. We'll be using 3 types of Russian piping tips. I don't use a coupler for these. I just cut about 1.5 inches off of my piping bags. I'll be using 2 solid colors for the flowers, red and orange, and I'll be preparing a 3rd bag with all 3 colors to create a multicolor flower. To create these, I start by adding orange on the sides of the piping bag, red on the opposite side, and leave a gap in the center to fill with yellow. This does not need to look neat. It's okay if it looks messy. Now that we're done prepping, it's time to start decorating our cupcakes. I'm going to start by adding a small dollop of buttercream on my cupcake and thinly spreading it over. This will be the glue that helps each flower stick to the cupcake. Make sure to wipe your Russian tip so that the flowers pipe out neatly. Next, you'll want to hold your tip a hairline above the top of the cupcake to allow the buttercream to easily pipe out. Once you see the buttercream touch the cupcake and create a wrinkle, you'll want to slowly start to pull the piping bag back while still applying pressure. You'll then release the pressure once you have enough height on your flower. Scrape excess buttercream off the tip into a bowl for later use. Repeat this process around your cupcake until you've fully filled it. Don't worry about the small gaps. You'll fill those in later with leaves. Here's a closer look at an angle. Make sure that you apply even pressure from start to finish. When you start with a stronger pressure and loosen it, you often end up with a broken flower. I like to count while I apply the same pressure to make sure that all of my flowers come out the same size. You can use a small spatula knife to gently remove broken flowers. Each flower tip is a bit different, and you'll have to test how far back you want to pull your piping bags, creating different size flowers. Here's another look. You want to make sure to squeeze some buttercream out into a bowl when using a multicolor bag. You can start piping onto your cupcake once you see all 3 colors coming out clearly. I love using multicolor bags because each cupcake looks so different from the last. Sometimes you'll notice that your flower is piped out a little smushy looking. This is because your tip is too messy and just needs a wipe down. Warm buttercream can also cause this. Once you've decorated 7 cupcakes, you're ready to put your bouquet together. I'm playing around with how I want to position my cupcakes before I stick them on, making sure that my colors are spread out evenly. I've added the extra icing I had in my bowl into a separate bag to use as my glue to stick the cupcakes onto the cake board. This helps keep the cupcakes from slipping off the board. You only need a small dollop to have them stick. Next, I'm going to use piping tip number 69 to create leaves. You want to add these in all of the little gaps around your bouquet. I don't like long, thin leaves, so I squeeze in place and only slightly pull my piping bag out while squeezing to create bulkier leaves. Adding leaves gives so much life to this bouquet. I'm going to finish this beauty off by adding the stems, extra leaves, and a ribbon. These Russian flower bouquets make the perfect gift for Mother's Day. Click on our shopping bag link below to visit our website and see all of the items needed to create this beautiful bouquet. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more sweet content. Thanks for watching.